Hey guys, we're going to talk about fall fertilizers again today, but today what I'm going to do is something a little bit different. I'm going to take you around and I'm actually going to show you some results, some pretty amazing results of some projects that I've been working on over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you some of the other patches around, and I'm going to show you a nasty late summer scalping I did decide to do this year, which normally I don't do and I don't recommend. But I'm going to talk also about these windows that we have in the fall. A bunch of different stuff we'll cover, so hold on one sec. Pretty cool. Hey guys, I'll be honest, I really didn't know what I was going to put on this video, but I said, you know what, let me go ahead and let me give you some updates and show you some of the lawns that I've been working on over the past couple of weeks and show you some of the results. I'm going to take you down. A couple of weeks ago I went to Ron's house and his lawn looked horrible. I'll put up a before and an after and I'll show you the results. Basically a one-day treatment. Within 2 hours we put everything down his lawn needed. We put down PGF Complete, we put down Super Juice, we put down a fungicide, and we put down an insecticide, and we did it all within 2 hours. We're going to go back after about 3 weeks. I'm going to show you that lawn. The next thing I'm going to do, I did a crabgrass kill off across the street on the field over there. I'm going to show you the results of that. I put down some PGF, the first treatment of PGF Complete, and I'm going to show you what it's looking like after about 2 weeks. Keeping in mind, we haven't had a lot of rain, and a lot of these places don't have irrigation. I'm going to take you to the Miracle Patch. I'm going to show you the Miracle Patch. I'm going to show you Barb's lawn, which has been very stressed. And then I'm going to show you my lawn, which I did something you're not supposed to do. I kind of abuse my lawn for you guys. I do stuff you're not supposed to do just to show you. The front lawn I cut 3 times yesterday, and I took it way down. So I'm going to show you my late summer scalp. It's something that most of us really need to do, not a scalp, but a hard cut. So hold on. Alright, so this is what's going on all over the neighborhood. Almost every yard I see this in. And what we're talking about is these kind of dead spots here. You can see it's all over the yard here. Right in here, and I still have Bermuda coming up, but man, it's just dead. Alright, so it's needing to be cut, but there's the new lawn. So this is approximately 3 weeks after all that treatment work. There hasn't been much rain, so it'll grow in a lot better here in a little while, but I wanted to show you some kind of what it looks like now. Now this is after 3 weeks, 1 hour treatment, 3 weeks later. That's pretty amazing. Here's a funny note. What happens if you put down a bunch of PGF Complete and you don't cut the grass for about 3 or 4 weeks? I'm going to show you over here. I don't take care of this lawn. I volunteered to help them, but their main yard guy that does all the trimming and stuff broke his foot and hasn't been available for a couple of weeks. I'm going to show you an amazing little patch over here. So here's my warning. If you put down PGF, you better be willing to cut your grass, because you're going to be cutting it a lot. It's going to explode. All right. So right next to the Miracle Patch, we got this pole. Look at this. That is crazy. I don't even know how to get it perspective-wise. Ready? Watch my foot. Look at that. That is insane. That has got to be 12 inches tall. So here's the normal grass, and then you come up. That is crazy. So my warning is if you don't like to cut grass, don't use PGF Complete. Just leave your grass alone. Don't do anything. It'll be fine. Trust me. This is the time of year we want to fix our soils. Granular products fix our soils. Using super juice is not going to fix your soil. So you got to come out with PGF Complete and you got to fix your soil. Get that soil right. Then you can come back and start using your super juice. Super juice is a supplement. PGF Complete is your base granular feeding. So let me show you first a couple lawns. Let me walk you through them. Let me show you barbs. Now barbs has been stressed all year. No irrigation, fungus, all kinds of stuff going on, but it's coming back. All right, so there's barbs. Now this looked horrible. This yard looked all brown and burned out and looked horrible a couple of weeks ago. We finally got a little rain. We did PGF Complete treatment and we did a super juice treatment. And she had little leaf hoppers, those little white bugs, so I also put some bug killer inside the super juice. But her lawn is looking so much better now. Real pretty. All right, so now let's go look at the two patches. Now this is the field patch and that's the miracle patch. And you can see the difference. See how dark blue that is over there? See this line? You can sort of see that that's where the PGF Complete has been stacked. So this is the area that was infested with crabgrass. We did a crabgrass spray and put down PGF Complete, and look at it now. About 2 weeks later. It's coming in pretty good. Looking pretty good. Now this is insane. This is the miracle patch. This was all weeds basically about a year ago. And here's what's funny. I treated this one strip a couple of months ago with weed spray. Look at it, solid Bermuda. Solid Bermuda. Now I want you to look at this. Solid weeds. So we got solid weeds over here. This is a Bermuda lawn. Okay, that's a Bermuda lawn. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? But let me find a spot that's not soaking wet here. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Again, this is a result of stacking PGF Complete. 4 treatments over 3 months. That is just crazy. Now I'm going to take you to the world's worst Bermuda lawn, which I need to edge. I cut it yesterday. So here's the world's worst Bermuda lawn, formerly known as Like Prince. Look at that. 2 PGF Complete treatments over the past 4 weeks. It is crazy thick. Crazy thick. Again, this lawn was, let me put up a picture. Let me put a picture up right now of what this lawn used to look like. This lawn was basically all weeds. And then here it is a year and a half later. After weed killing, PGF Complete, a little bit of super juice, all set. So now let me take you to the ugly picture. Oh my gosh, Doc, what did you do to your lawn? So I came out here with a reel mower and I cut it and I cut it and I cut it. And I took this basically down to pretty much stubs. Do not do this, folks. Do not do this. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you the power, the recovery power of PGF Complete. So right after the cut, I came out and put a heavy treatment of PGF Complete, almost 1.5 times the bag rate, and a real heavy treatment of super juice. No dye, just plain super juice, that's it. I almost doubled up on those super juice rate, and I'm going to monitor this. I'm going to show you guys in about 7 days. I'm going to show you what this looks like. It's going to be pretty cool. But to give you a perspective, I want you to see the difference. Look at the world's worst lawn over here, and then look at mine. World's worst, look at mine. That's pretty sad, isn't it? Pretty sad. You'll be shocked when you see this lawn in 7 days. You're going to be shocked at what it looks like. But one of the reasons why I can do this is I understand my windows. I look at my 10-day forecast and I see thunderstorms last night, which we had, thunderstorms today possible, and then Monday and Tuesday showers 50-60% possible. Dude, that is the perfect window. Scalp it down. You don't have to worry about burnout. Put down heavy fertilizer. You got rains coming in. It's just the perfect windows. Temperatures are going to go from the 90s to the 80s. That's your window. That's the window you really want to hit. And that should be for a lot of us over the next couple of weeks. That's our window, because it's a small window in the fall. It's not like the spring where we got months and months and months. The fall window is kind of short, so we need to get everything down that we need. Check for armyworms, watch for grubs, put down your bug killers, hold off on pre-emergence. A lot of people are saying put down your pre-emergent now. Do not put down your pre-emergent now. If you don't have a weed problem, don't put down pre-emergent. Wait until you want to go ahead and buy it, and I'll do a pre-emergent video here probably next, but you want to put that down later. We want to wait till September when the temperatures really start to drop down. All right, so real quick, let's talk about the cutting height. All summer long, typically we allow our Bermuda to come up about a ½ inch, sometimes more, an inch longer than we want it. So once we're sort of sure that we're past this drought situation and heat and all that, we're getting into the good fall temps. Now the good fall temps are in the 80s. That's what Bermuda loves. Bermuda grass loves the 80s with lots of rain. It loves that hot, temperature with rain. We can bring it back down, but one of the problems is when you do that first cut, you're going to get you're going to be taking the green off and get down to some brown like I did on this scalp here. You don't, for the average person, for the average lawn, you don't want to do a scalp like I did. You just want to do a hard cut. So you want to take it down. Now here's the sort of secret to this. You want to take it down 1/4 to ½ an inch below, probably ½ inch below to where you want your lawn to be. So if you want your lawn to be 1½ inches in the fall, that means you need to take it down with one hard cut to an inch. Does that make sense? Because you got to get rid of all that brown that's established over the summer so that when it comes back up, now you have a solid green. And that's the secret to it. So let me go over here and just cut. Let me cut a little bit. Just come over to the miracle patch here just a little bit, just to sort of show you what I'm talking about. So if I come down, if I cut my Bermuda grass here, so you can see that ugly spot here. So that's the brown. But you're going to have brown up to a certain height. So what you need to do is you need to take it down and then let it grow back up. That's kind of that's the transition zone. So you want to bring it down about a ½ inch below where you want it and then let it come back up. Put down heavy PGF Complete and then let it come back up. And that way you'll have that real pretty green grass that's pretty much all solid green. All right, so let me give you an example. This is a neighbor's yard over here. Let me give you an example. So this yard was just cut yesterday, I think. And you can see how you have those brown marks in it. And that's because there is no hard cut done yet. If you had taken this down at a hard cut, now the lawn's going to continually look like this. It's going to have those light brown and green and light brown. These kind of patches are going to happen constantly unless you do a hard cut. So taking a hard cut will remove all that brown off just like a scalp and then let it come back up. But you don't want to do a full scalp. That's kind of dangerous. And that's really the only way to sort of combat this after a summer is if you're at 2 and you want to be at 1.5, bring it down to 1 first, put down PGF Complete and let it come back up so you have all green coming up. So let's talk about the best NPK numbers and what you need to put out in the fall. Now, I'll put a link in the description below. I'll put some links to, I think it's either on Fall Fertilizer or pgfcomplete.com. the best NPK ratios for fall. And what I did is I didn't just give you my opinion, but I gave you the opinion of a few agronomists. I went to the extension offices, all the research that's out there, and they all say the same thing. Without a soil test, the best ratios are going to be roughly either a 3-1-2 or a 4-1-2. That's the ratio you're going to put down. That is the general well-balanced ratio for lawn maintenance. So a 4-1-2 ratio. Well, if you look at PGF Complete, it's a 16:4:8, which is a 4-1-2 ratio. That's the whole reason I designed it that way. I wanted a 4-1-2 ratio. That is, to me, the best ratio out there for everyone, for all lawns, warm season, cool season. If you haven't had a soil test, you're going to put out a 4-1-2 ratio. But there's also other benefits to the PGF Complete. 3 forms of nitrogen, including methylene urea, which is a wonderful form of nitrogen. It has humic acid inside of it in the form of humic DG. It has lots of iron, so you're going to get that fast green up, and it has micronutrients. So what you have is you're putting out a totally complete fertilizer. Unlike a big box fertilizer, which might be like a 3005 or something like that, PGF Complete is designed to be the complete nutrition program. That's all you need to put out in the fall. Just put out PGF Complete. However, what I recommend the stacking method, of course. And what the stacking method is when you put out PGF Complete at the bag rate, you're putting out about 0.58 pounds per 1,000 square feet, which is fairly mild. So what you can do is you can go put out PGF Complete now, and then in about 2 or 3 weeks, put out another coat of PGF Complete. And why do I like to do that? It introduces nutrients consistently. They all release at different times. They last different lengths. So you're constantly doing, it's almost like a spoon feeding, but you're putting out these light coats and you're constantly putting them out. You know, you can put out 2, 3, 4 treatments of PGF Complete at this time of year going into the fall. But also the other thing you're going to need to worry about too is you're going to need to worry about thunderstorms and heavy rains. This is the time of year where we're going to get some heavy rains moving. Like last night, I put out PGF Complete and I had a heavy storm come in. Did any of it wash? Do I get pooling? When I cut my grass, does the fertilizer move because I'm cutting it? Well, the wonderful thing about stacking is that you don't have to worry about that. You're not putting out one heavy treatment. You put out a light treatment, some storms come through, whatever. You're not worried because you know in 2 weeks I'm going to put out another light treatment right behind it. So it's a very uniform treatment. Now, the other thing that John brought up in our discussion the other day, John is an agronomist. He's 40 years experience in this industry. He really stressed the particle size and the distribution per inch. So PGF Complete has super small particles. It's like, I forget, it's 150 SGN or something. But the particles are really small, which means you get a lot more particles per square inch, which is a lot better distribution. So put down your PGF Complete. By the way, it just went back up in stock on Amazon, thank God. And we shouldn't have any stocking issues for the rest of the fall on it. But put out your PGF Complete. Come back in about 2 or 3 weeks, put another one, and then you can start Super Juice. Apply your Super Juice at the full strength, which is a 14:1:2 or 14:2:4 ratio. Put out your Super Juice anytime. You can do it every 2 weeks and put out Super Juice. Remember, Super Juice is not going to fix soil issues. Super Juice is that supplement. So in between our fertilizing, we're putting down Super Juice, which has sea kelp, which has humic acid, which has all your macronutrients and all your micronutrients. It's just a supplement, but it's that nice supplement in between your regular granular feedings. And that's pretty much for the fall. Like I said, if at all possible, I want you to hold off on your pre-emergence till the temperatures really start to drop down and we start to hit into the 70s. If you got a healthy lawn, you're not seeing any weeds, I wouldn't put it down. I think you're wasting your money. You're putting down a negative when you don't need to put down a negative. I will tell you that you need to watch for armyworms. I had a couple people comment after watching my armyworm video. They went out and they said, man, I did the soak test that you told us about, and guess what? I had armyworms. You don't have to freak out. You can go out and you're going to be battling. If you got armyworms like I do, you're probably going to be battling because of the cycle, the egg hatch cycle. Every 3 weeks or so, you may be battling them. As long as you're on top of it, they're not going to do a huge amount of damage. This is a great time to treat for grubs. Remember, spring and fall are good times to treat for grubs. Late summer, early fall for grubs. So you can put down the Duocide, the double kill product, and that'll take care of your armyworms and your grubs. Put it down at the heavy rate, and it'll take care of your armyworm problem. If you have armyworms, wait till you see armyworms. But when you treat your armyworms, you're also treating for grubs, which is really good. Hey guys, so the last thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about the new Bermuda grass calendar. The 2020 Bermuda grass calendar, which is going to be really cool because it's so much easier to use and it's interactive. In other words, whatever subject you want to look at or read about, there'll be a button, and when you click that button, all the information expands and then you can close it. So it's real organized, it's real easy to use. Now, next month, I'm going to release that to people who are signed up for the email alerts, and I'll let them see that first. And then probably next week we'll be doing another PGF giveaway. So you understand this, to be a part of the giveaways, click subscribe. But then go over to the website, and we have a email alert system. You just put your name and email address. We don't use it for marketing. We don't sell the list. All it is it's an alert system. So when I post something, I do an article or do a video, it'll send you an email, and it'll say, hey, that idiot doc has posted this article, and you can click on it, you can go read it right away. That's all it's used for. But the reason why we tie it into all this is because we can use like a random number generator on our giveaways. So make sure you go to the website, make sure you're signed up, subscribe, but then also go over and sign up for the email alerts. I will probably do a giveaway, a PGF Complete giveaway next week or the week after, as soon as it gets back in stock fully, and I'll pick three people on that system that are subscribed and on that system, and we'll give them 4 bags each. That'll be kind of cool. Anyways, guys, hope this helped. Talk to you later. Doc.